water, not a thought of giving in.
You are listening to the Seattle Shrimp Tank, coming to you live from the Business Accelerant Studio. Do you see a lot of resistance in individuals when you start to talk to them about the possibility of living decades longer than they had potentially thought about for themselves?
Sometimes. What I'm talking about doesn't resonate with everybody. But, I'm trying to change as many people as I possibly can. This is maybe somewhat selfish. I want my grandchildren to grow up in a society where the elderly are not a burden. And so, I want to make sure that that's in place. I don't know why this story comes to the top of my mind. I was doing an in-office lecture, and the gentleman came that I'd never met before, and I started talking about this reality that people are living longer and longer lives. I mean, for example, the U.S. Census Bureau says that the 100-year-old people is the fastest growing group of people on the planet right now, growing by 746%, while the rest of the population is just growing by about 35%. And I'm just laying out these very matter-of-fact numbers. They're numbers I made up. They're just, whether you like it or not, this is how it is. And so just talking about how you could live longer. And he was a heckler, and he just says, 100. I don't want to live to 100. I'm like, well, you may not have a choice. And that's kind of why I'm talking about this. And so one of the things that to make this real for your audience, in Dr. Plasker's book, he talks about the empire. It stands for minimum potential years remaining. So this is a formula that you can kind of plug into. And you just basically ask yourself, who in my family tree holds the torch for living the longest? So maybe it's great Grandpa Jack, and Grandpa Jack, he lived to 90 years old. And here you are, you're 40. Well, you just do the math, subtract your age from his, and you have a minimum potential years of 50 years. When people start to connect to that like, wow, my DNA is such that I could live the potential is there to live there, at least on a minimum level. And yes, I realize you could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Things can happen.
Sure.
But we can't live out of that kind of fear. When we look at the statistics, it's likely that we're going to live longer. So what can we do to get there in style and not rot away, like I was saying? And to be honest with you, I forgot the question.
That's okay.
No, you actually answered it. So.